Okay, so we all know the story of Columbus, right? 1492, he sails west to get to the east.
And in doing so, proves to everyone that the world is round.
Exactly. But fast forward 500 years, and author Thomas Friedman flies east to Bangalore, India.
And he has this incredible realization. He goes home and he tells his wife, "Honey, I think the world is flat."
It's such a great aha moment. I mean, he's on a golf course in India and he's seeing signs for Texas Instruments and Pizza Hut, and it just clicks. The global economic playing field has been completely leveled.
And that's really our mission for this deep dive. We're getting into Friedman's classic, The World is Flat.
It's about so much more than just economics. It's how technology basically dissolved borders.
And how supply chains, sort of took over geopolitics.
So to understand that, we have to start with the engine behind it all. Friedman calls it the triple convergence.
Right. And from our perspective today, it's easy to just take it for granted, but around the year 2000, this was a massive, massive collision.
It really was a perfect storm.
It was. First, you get the PC. Suddenly, individuals, not just big companies, could create their own digital content.
Then, of course, the internet. Specifically, he points to Netscape going public, laying the cables to connect everyone.
But the third one, I think, is the one people forget.
Workflow software.
Yes. That was the glue.
Hmm.
Before that, you had a computer and I had one, but they were just silos. Workflow software meant your application could actually talk to my application.
It created this common language.
Exactly. So work could flow from, say, a designer in London to a factory in China without a human being having to translate file formats.
And that kind of interoperability is what makes something like the McDonald's call center even possible.
Oh, that's such a great example.
Friedman talks about pulling into a drive-thru in Missouri, but the person taking your order is actually in Colorado Springs.
Which, sounds totally normal to us today. But back then, it was revolutionary. It proved distance was dead.
And he mentions this whole system just gets supercharged by what he calls the steroids.
All the mobile tech we have now.
Right. But here's where it gets really interesting for business. We always talk about outsourcing.
Sending jobs away to save on costs, yeah.
But Friedman argues the bigger, more profound shift is insourcing. And the story he uses for this, the Toshiba laptop story, it's perfect.
It completely changes how you see one of those brown UPS trucks.
Seriously. So, get this. If your Toshiba laptop broke back then, you sent it in for repair. But Toshiba didn't touch it.
No. UPS would pick it up, take it to a UPS hub, and a UPS employee who is trained by Toshiba would fix it and send it back to you.
That's insourcing. It's not just sending a task out. It's letting a company like UPS come deep inside your business and run your entire nervous system.
Toshiba makes the brand, but UPS runs the reality.
And when you have that level of integration, that kind of entanglement, it leads to maybe the most provocative idea in the whole book.
The Dell theory of conflict prevention.
It's basically an update on that old golden arches theory.
Right, the idea that countries with McDonald's don't fight each other. The Dell theory says that no two countries that are part of the same major global supply chain will ever fight a war.
Because if you drop a bomb, you break the chain. Your own economy collapses.
It's mutually assured economic destruction. He points to the India-Pakistan standoff in 2002. Tensions were, nuclear level high.
But these huge global companies like GE and American Express, who relied on all those Indian back offices, they basically said, you cannot let this happen.
The supply chain won. The economic cost of war is now a deterrent.
So looking at all this, a flat world, insourcing global chains, it forces a really tough question on you, the listener. If work can go anywhere, who is safe?
Friedman calls it the challenge of becoming one of the untouchables. And you really have to ask yourself, is my job fungible?
Meaning, can it be digitized, automated, or just done cheaper somewhere else?
Think of it this way. Are you the person handing out the food? Or are you the specialized chef who created the entire menu?
If you're just following a script, that script can be exported. To be an untouchable, you have to be anchored.
Anchored jobs need a physical presence, like a dentist or a great plumber. Or you have to be a specialized synthesizer, someone who can combine different fields in a unique way.
It's a pretty heavy reality check. And he doesn't stop there. He leaves us with the concept of the unflat world.
Because we have to remember, there are billions of people who are still completely offline.
And then you have what he calls mutant supply chains.
Groups like Al-Qaeda, who use the very same flat world tools, the internet, mobile finance, but for destruction.
That friction is still very, very real. So here's the final thought for you. In a world where all the old walls have come down, are you building muscles that make you an untouchable, or are you still just relying on walls that don't even exist anymore?